What's poppin', yo? I'm here to talk about the awesome buffs and changes I've made for Serperior. So before I get into addressing why Contrary is gone, because I know half the fucking comments are going to be whining about that. If you're about to comment something about Contrary, shut up and listen to me talk for a couple minutes. I'll get into it, I promise. For my returning viewers who already know the drill with this type of ROM hack, who know the drill with with my style of doing things, you'll understand why I changed it. But for those of you who are new, yeah, just don't leave that damn comment. Don't complain about it yet, all right? Hear me out first. But before I can get into that, I want to have a quick disclaimer for you to pause and read the description if you're a new viewer. It's very important. You know, it gives you a lot of background information and context for why I change things the way I do. So yeah, make sure you do that. And then also moves in this game are just heavily reworked in general. But yeah, the main thing with Serperior is that I want them to be versatile and fun to use for the whole game. And I also like to reimagine Pokemon to fit what I think makes sense for them and what I like, and for them to be fun to use and rewarding to use in like a Teamlocked type of playthrough. And this is not that, Contrary is just unfortunately not that. So, not to mention, there's already fucking Lurantis. So if you really want to click fucking Leaf Storm that goddamn badly, if you're that much of a loser who doesn't want to do actual cool, fun, versatile things and strategize, go ahead, get yourself a fucking Lurantis, slap a Choice Scarf on it, spam Leaf Storm versus the AI, spam Frenzy Plant versus the AI, enjoy your fucking cheese, alright? Enough. Sorry, I'm like being very aggressive, but it just pisses me off because I know half the comments are still going to be about Contrary, and nobody's going to actually like appreciate the cool things I do and the ideas I have and the really nice things I do. Also, I'm just kind of in a bad mood, so y'all get an evil dues today, all right? Um, Superior, yeah. So I opted to switch out Contrary for Instinct, which functions like download. The reason I did this is because looking at Superior's design and what it's based on, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to be a bulky but still fast, like mixed attacker, utility oriented type of Pokemon. I think that makes the most sense for their design. But of course, they should still be strong, right? So I think the easiest way to fix that is to give them Instinct, which makes their, as you can read, attack stats equal to 137. So my question for you is, would you rather slap on Choice Scarf and click boring ass fucking Draco Meteor Leaf Storm for the end game for the last 10 boss fights of the game? Like, wow, that's so fun and interesting to use. I love it so much. Like, would you rather click that shit, or would you rather actually like have a versatile Pokemon that can do a lot of different things? And obviously, if I give it Contrary instead of Instinct, like you can still do the Intimidate stuff for most of the game, but then it's just like horrible offensively. Not horrible, but it's very underwhelming offensively the whole game until you get the broken moves, right? So I prefer this. I think it makes it a really interesting, fast, supportive, mixed attacking, offensive, bulky Pokemon. Because again, looking at Superior's design, I want it to be fast, and I want it to be bulky, and I want it to be strong, and there's not enough BST points for all that shit. So Instinct, very easy solution, makes them very strong, and then you can switch to Intimidate, which, as you can read down below, the flavor for Intimidate is right there. The Pokedex literally word for word says it raises its head to intimidate opponents. The music just started, that was kind of crazy, but yeah. And it can stop opponents' movements with just a glare. So that's really cool. And I also love Intimidate on them because it makes their physical defense, which is technically lower now, although their HP is so massively increased, it's not actually a true defense drop. I believe their bulk would be at least equal, if not bulkier, not even counting Intimidate. Once you factor in Intimidate, of course, it's much bulkier physically. And it has, other cool utility like Strength Sap, U-Turn, Glare, which now drops attack and special attack on top of Paralyzing, Sleep Powder, all types of really cool stuff. And in general, Intimidate is just really fun on this guy. I like it a lot. And then Elegance is that last slot, which I try to really limit how many priority immunity abilities that there are in this game because it makes it very cheesy versus the AI when I do give them priority moves. To be able to completely shut those down is kind of not a good thing. If you want more explanation about that, drop a comment. I'll copy paste some shit from my Discord. I don't want to get into it in this video, but keep in mind, I also have to balance like 8 other fucking grass dragon types and 3 ability slots for each of them. All of the ability slots have to make sense. They all have to be useful over one another, and they have to not overlap with each other. So, that's definitely a lot of juggling I have to do, which I enjoy doing it, but it does mean that I have to give this guy Elegance, for example, instead of like something else. Maybe. Although Elegance also fits really well anyway. It's just not the most interesting mechanically. It's kind of a cheesy ability. It's just a cheesy immunity. But it's good, of course. Also, other Intimidate stuff I didn't mention, like Breaking Swipe is also great. Also, obviously, Screens are great. Acid Reflux, Poisons, and drops by Death by -2. But Breaking Swipe, especially with Intimidate, is super strong. And even just like setup moves with Intimidate is great. I don't know. This guy's super fun. I love the fact that you can switch from Intimidate to Instinct and be bulky, supportive, or be fast offensive support, or just whatever you need it to do, right? It's so versatile, and that's the beauty of Teamlocked Nuzlockes, is that your Pokemon are supposed to be kind of like made to each boss fight, so you can make use of all of Serperior's various tools, moves, stats. It's very like well-rounded stat spread where it's like it's bulky and fast and strong. I think with an instinct at least. So I think that's all really fun. And I think this is a very fun, creative solution to make Serperior more than just clicking 1 or 2 buttons the entire fucking game, and more than what people know it for in vanilla, which is just contrary bullshit. And again, there's already a contrary grass type. It's slap a choice scarf on it. If you want to do that for the end game cheese, go for it. And Laurentis has a bunch of other really cool, fun things you could take advantage of as well. You could check out that video for more on them. But as for Serperior, that's really it, to be honest. Servine, I opted to get them solar power because there are some Pokedex stuff talking about like photosynthesis and like absorbing energy from the sun, and it makes them swifter when they're in the sun, whatever, right? So solar power on like a fast grass type is pretty cool for early game. Unburden is really neat, just for early mid game, just being really fast, and you can run like a bulky Unburden set. Unburden in general is super buffed. Quick Claw, Endure, Pinchberry, all that stuff is great. And then Snivy and Servine also have Overgrow, which is great with Endure, like Pattaya Berry, Giga Drain, for example. Stuff like that is always going to be good. And yeah, they also have great utility. Despite not being that bulky on paper, they still have stuff like Glare and U-Turn and all this other fun stuff. Encore is great as well. Like Intimidate Encore, that's super fun. I already covered Strength Sap. Leech Seed's obviously great. All types of fun things they can take advantage of. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. I honestly kind of rushed through it. Is there anything else cool? I mean, I guess there's like a bunch of strong moves, like Leaf Storm, Draco Meteor, and then Frenzy Plant, which is a physical Draco Meteor. Physical Leaf Storm. Seed Flare, Draconic Beam, Dragon Hammer are all 120 power recoil moves. Chloroblast is pretty neat because it gives you +1 special attack in exchange for half of your health, and it's a very strong move as well. So that's pretty dope. This thing is fast, but it's not actually that fast in practice unless you get a plus speed nature. You've got 20 speed IVs, right? So you're hitting you're not that fast, man, versus the AI if you don't get a plus speed nature. You're only going to be outspeeding base, base 95, question mark? Nope, not even, you're only hitting base 93 and below, so it's not even that impressive. Which is why you would still be relying on Choice Scarf if you want to be super fast, unless you get a plus speed nature or whatever. Other cool stuff, Vine Lashes, that's a really nice offensive tool with Instinct that hits twice. It's stronger than Seed Bomb, and it drops defense, so it's just a really good physical grass option. Breaks to Focus Hash, etc. You've got good coverage like Iron Tail, Aqua Tail, Play Rough, Takedown, Earth Power, Focus Blast, Acrobatics, Zen Headbutt, Dark Pulse, Lunge. I think Dark Pulse makes sense given the whole like nasty, same with Nasty Plot, right? Like they're kind of like an intelligent, like this whole like stopping people with a glare, and it's giving its all against strong opponents, and it just kind of has that attitude towards it. Even for example, the reason it has Contrary in vanilla is the whole, like, I think the Japanese name is Devil's Advocate or whatever, so it's kind of like a, I don't want to say manipulative, but it has that vibe to it, right? For like a couple of dark moves and stuff like that. Coil and Calm Mind are both solid with Instinct or Intimidate or with Elegance. And yeah, just in general, this thing's very versatile, very fun, very cool. And I appreciate you if you made it to the end, y'all. I know for a fact there's still going to be a bunch of dumbasses that didn't watch anything or listen to anything I said and are just going to comment and whine about Contrary or be like, I understand why you did it, but it still makes me sad, or some annoying shit. So if you made it to the end, don't comment that, please. I will be annoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of Evil Doos today. I got more bulk recordings coming up, so you might get Evil Doos for a couple more videos, y'all. But yeah, shout out to y'all if you made it to the end. I actually really do appreciate you guys who do make it to this point in all my videos. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know who you are. Peace, y'all.